Hey guys, Justin from the Under 20 Workout, and today I want to talk to you about the most controversial subject in the world, and that's fitness. And I'm going to tell you about the secret that super athletes understand about how to get fit and look great. And I'm not talking about all athletes because a lot of athletes train the wrong way, and you'll know what I'm talking about in a few minutes. It's actually compare the bodies of a sprinter, a boxer, and a gymnast versus the bodies of a marathoner or someone who's doing long bouts of cardio. The secret is not in how long you work out or how many calories you burn. Actually, the secret we know now, scientists are telling us there's a hormone in your body. They affectionately call it the fountain of youth hormone or the puberty hormone. And for decades, it was thought the only way to add this hormone to your body was to inject it. It's $10,000 a month to get these injections. And the hormone is called HGH. It's human growth hormone. And it's what's teeming through your body all through puberty. That's why your body looks so firm, your skin looks great, your hair looks healthy. During puberty, you're like everything looks great, your sex drive is high, you're living with vitality during that time. And we were told that this HGH starts to decline in your 20s. By age 30, it's almost non-existent, and by 40, it's gone. That's why you don't have the sex drive that you used to have, most people. That's why your body starts to fall, your skin starts to look older and actually age. So this affectionately called fountain of youth hormone is the secret. And the secret is not about injecting or even taking pills or anything like that. There's now a way that we know that you can naturally release it in your system. I knew this many years ago when I started my studies, but I didn't have the science to back it up. In fact, in 2009, I started this whole conversation in the online forums, on videos, and I got so much flack for it. I was called an idiot. I was called stupid. I was told that it's bro science, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. And in 2009, I didn't have the science to back it up. Now the science is out there. There's hundreds of studies that back exactly what I'm saying. So the big controversy was between me and personal trainers who told you and me, both of us, that the only way to look great and lose weight was to spend an hour doing cardio and an hour lifting weights or 40 minutes lifting weights. That's not true. The facts are now that you've probably heard of people saying, oh, I get these great workouts in just 20 minutes. I've totally changed the way I think about fitness. I'm going to tell you how that happens and why. But first I want to tell you how I came upon this discovery. So I was in college and playing hockey. I was a two-sport athlete. I also played for the Detroit Junior Red Wings. And I was training with some of the greatest athletes in the world. We were working out 3 hours a day, burning 3,000 calories. And then we'd come back in the locker room, and I noticed half the guys on the team had bellies. And I'm not talking hard muscle bellies. I'm talking fat, body fat bellies, and looked tired and dragged our way back to the dorms and slept for 8 to 10 hours a day. But when we got to the dorms, we would hang out with the male and female gymnasts, and their bodies were amazing. And the fast twitch body, the great looking body that gymnasts have. And I couldn't figure out why they had these bodies and us hockey players did not. So my girlfriend at the time was a gymnast, and I was asking her, I was like, Heather, how much cardio do you guys do on the treadmills? How long do you lift weights per week? And she's like, we don't lift weights. We don't do cardio. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I'd argue with her, and how do you guys look so good? And she's like, I don't know. I'm tired of answering these questions. Just come to the workout and check us out and see what we do. So I did. And when I got to the workout, I was blown away. Because what they did in those workouts was basically stand around. They stood around. Their practice was for 2 hours, and they just stood around. But when they went at top speed. They'd have to wait for their machines, or they'd wait for their exercise equipment to open up before they'd go. So they'd stand around most of the practice, chit-chat. But when they went, top speed, as fast as they could. The floor routine, about a minute long. The vault, fast as you can, 6 seconds. They sprinted down the mat, hit the mini tramp, did a triple flip in the air. 6 seconds. The high bar, 40 seconds. The uneven bars, 30 seconds. The pommel horse, 30 seconds. But when they went, they were moving at top speed. That was the secret. But there was no science to back this up at the time. So a few years later, I retired from hockey, and I started working out, doing what I was told, what the personal trainers told me, the experts, the nutritionists, the doctors. They all said there's only one way to lose fat, and that's to burn more calories than you take in. And there's only one way to lose fat and look good. That's to burn more calories than you take in and lift weights to build your muscle. And I knew that was wrong, but I didn't have the confidence to throw that aside because, that's what they told me. And there's infomercials telling me this, and everyone, all kinds of advertisements telling me, oh, do this workout. It's an hour. I did Insanity. I did P90X. And I found myself at age 35 in the worst shape of my life. I was fat. I had love handles. I was aging. I looked old. I had a friend tell me, now I look 10 years younger than I did when I was at age 35. I know that's a weird math problem in your head. And there was a secret to it. And I knew the secret, how to do it, but I didn't know what was happening inside of my body yet. So what I did was I said, screw this. I'm done with that. I was tired of my pattern, which was to work out for about 6 months, 5 or 6 hours a week, doing exactly what they said, and then getting so frustrated because I wasn't getting any results. I was actually gaining 2 to 3 pounds a year, sometimes 5. And I'd look in the mirror. Next thing I knew, I was 25 pounds overweight at age 35. And I finally got so frustrated with this that I quit working out altogether. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to age. And my sex drive was so far down. I couldn't, do a lot of things in my life, lift, go to the beach. I was having trouble body surfing because my back was, injured. And I finally said, screw it. I'm going to stop all this because it's not working. And I blame myself. That's one thing please don't do. If you're listening to the old school, don't quit. Do not quit. I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, F you, Justin, you're fat, you're lazy, you have no discipline when you're eating. I'm sitting there counting calories every day, looking in the backs of labels and measuring stuff, and it wasn't working. And then in 2008, I had a huge wake-up call. My dad passed away from heart disease, and it was devastating, and I knew I was going down the same path. And my brother, just 2 years before that, had a heart attack and was in the hospital for months. And, I was following right in those footsteps, and I was puffy and old and tired with no sex drive, no girlfriend, nothing. And I would actually not ask girls out because I was afraid that they'd be, and because they'd said this in the past, like, oh, you have no sex drive. I'm used to a guy with sex drive, and it was devastating to me. So I said, screw it. And I got so frustrated with myself. One day I was, leaning over on the couch. I looked at my belly. It was hanging over my belt. And I was like, you know what? I know how to do this. I know from the gymnast that I trained. And I said, who has the best bodies in the world? It's sprinters, gymnasts, boxers, wide receivers. What do they all have in common? They all have one thing in common. They all train at top speed in short bursts, as fast as they can. It was about speed. It wasn't about weight and long cardio. It was about speed that they got these bodies. Even the older ones had these amazing bodies. Older wide receivers, age 40, just totally awesome bodies. So I said, I'm going to create all these exercises. I made them all up from scratch based on moving your body at top speed because there wasn't anything out there. No one was teaching people to train with speed, and they're still not. No one is. I started this 20-minute fitness conversation in 2009, like I said, and people were just bombarding me. And then there's some articles coming. There were articles coming out, not science, saying 20-minute workouts are the best. 20-minute workouts get you in shape. And so people, the major fitness corporations, Beachbody, they shortened Insanity to 20 minutes. They shortened P90X to 20 minutes. And they you know, they were following what I was saying online. I was arguing with these people, and then they changed. They all came over to my side. But the thing is, they left out the one important thing. You know, insanity was just 20 minutes of just beating yourself up. That's not how to do it. They were forgetting the one thing that I understood, which was you must train with speed. It's not about short workouts that just beat you up. You actually need to move as fast as you can, rest, and then get your full energy back, and then move as fast as you can again, every single body part. And the whole conversation for me changed when I discovered a study from McMaster's University out of Ontario, Canada. And what that study did was they tested two groups, one doing long cardio, 6 hours a week, an hour a day with 1 day off. That's 6 hours a week, versus this other group who was doing 20-minute workouts in short, fast intervals and at top speed. That was the key, at top speed. So here's the two groups that were going together. You'd think that 6 hours a week versus 1 hour a week, that was 20 minutes 3 times a week. Who would get the better results? It wasn't even close. The 20-minute workouts dominated every single category, from fat loss to lean muscle building to heart health. Every single thing, this 20-minute workout group was dominating. About a week into that workout, this lasted for 6 weeks, this workout. About a week in, the scientists were so amazed that one of them said, hey, let's test the blood of both of these groups. That's when everything changed in the fitness world, in my opinion. They tested the blood and they found that this group had 430% more HGH, fountain of youth hormone, the puberty hormone. They had 430% more in their bloodstream 4 hours after the workout as compared to this group. This is life-changing. This is the fountain of youth hormone. That's 430% more because you do fast, short burst workouts. So I went to the gym because I still had my membership, and that's where I'd weigh myself because they had a good scale, to be honest. And I'd see my old trainer there, Matt, and he'd be like, whoa, you look good. What are you doing, man? You should come back and work out with me. He was a dude. He was a bro. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm doing this 20-minute workout thing, and it's about short burst, speed and explosion training. And he was like, okay, that's interesting. And I'm like, yeah, it's only 20 minutes. And he's like, 20 minutes? You can't get a workout in 20 minutes. There's no way. You can't burn enough calories to lose enough. And I'm like, dude, it's not about calories. It's about changing your mentality and look at me. You can see the difference. When I was training with you for 4 times a month, that's all I had money for. It was $50 an hour to train. It is $50 to train with a personal trainer. 4 hours a month, that's once a week. If you do twice a week, that's $400 a month. Plus the $47 I was paying for the subscription to the gym, which it's complete nonsense. So what happened next was 2 girls came up to me, Christy and Jessica, and they're like, oh my God, your body's amazing. You changed. What did you do? And I told them, and they're like, that's great. Train us. And the beauty of it was, at the time I said no, of course, because I'm like, I'm not a personal trainer. I don't want to be in that group. I'm not a bro. They're like, no, just train us. And I'm like, well, I do the workout myself. You can join me. And so they did. And the beauty of it was that, first of all, they were both female, so it's different hormones. And Christy had an athletic body, not an athlete, but she had an athletic body. And Jessica hadn't worked out in years and years and not athletic at all. So I'm like, wow, this is a great, research for me. So I started training them. Same thing happened. In just a week or two, people are giving them compliments and saying, you look younger, you look healthier, your hair looks great. That's HGH working. They didn't know at the time. Within a month, their whole bodies are transforming, and their shoulder muscles, they're looking great, their belly fat's disappearing, all that. And so they start talking and telling people what they're doing, and next thing you know, there's 5 people wanting to train with me, and we're at on the sidewalk in front of my house. This is like, we'd have to move when people would walk by with their dogs, and but we got those workouts in. And then there was 10 people. By then, Christy's like, well, we got to move this to a park. There's Barnsdale Park, which is in Hollywood, right next to her house, and it's beautiful there. And next thing I know, there's 10 people with me training there, then 20, then 25, and at the time I had this, loser mentality, which was, oh, there's too many people. It was a park and a museum, a Frank Lloyd Wright museum within the park. So I was like, they're gonna get mad at me. There's too many people. I'm crowding the park too much, which was a terrible mentality. I got rid of that. It's a scarcity mentality, they call it. Like, there's not going to be enough. Things can't go too well. But the truth was that it was going amazing. And Christy then started filming me in her apartment doing these 20-minute workouts. I'd send to my friends in Denver and Chicago and my brother and family in North Carolina. And they were all, emailing me back saying, I'm getting these crazy results. And it was then where that McMaster's article just took off. The New York Times did an article on it. Several places repeated the same study. The University of Virginia, the Journal of Sports Medicine. All these places were doing this short burst 20-minute system that I'd created and getting the same results. So it was taking over. And still, personal trainers were giving me so much crap online. They'd actually go to my videos and say, you're an idiot. And I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, these people are changing. I'm not trying to get in on your business. I'm not trying to change anything for you. And finally, a friend pointed out to me the reason they hate me so much was all personal trainers, every dollar they make is based on 1 hour of training. That's how they charge. At any gym, it's $50 for an hour, or more, $100 for an hour at certain places. And so I ruined their whole scale because they can't come in and say, hey, like I had to do, we'd go out and tell people 20 minutes is enough. They couldn't charge like $15 for 20 minutes and that was the person's workout. And that would just, they cut their profits in, 1/10 if they did that. So what I was doing was spreading the word, just through emailing videos to people. And then to the people who were doing the workout were like, this is incredible. We got to get this to the world. And I said, no, I'm not a personal trainer or anything. And I don't know anything about the internet and, how to be an entrepreneur on the internet. That's a whole different world that I don't know. And they said, just trust us. Let's start filming these videos. So they start filming the videos and we put them up online. And in the first 6 months, we got like 50 people in 5 different countries. Within a year, it's 20 countries. Within the first 2 years, which up till now, we have members in over 50 countries. It's spreading like wildfire. I didn't do any kind of advertising. This is all word of mouth. It's basically people on Facebook saying, hey, I'm getting this great workout. You should check it out. And people check it out with no risk. So that's how the word is spreading. And I want to talk to you now about how you can get, try this and without risk and change the way you see fitness and change the way you work out and actually get results. Build lean, fast twitch muscles. These muscles here that are built, there's 2 kinds of muscles, fast twitch and slow twitch. The slow twitch are the ones you get by walking around every day or doing a treadmill or moving slowly. I explain it like a chicken. They have dark meat and white meat. We're the same. We have dark meat and white meat in our body. White muscle, meat, it sounds weird when you put it to human. But the white muscle, or the dark muscle in a chicken is the oily muscle. It's used for walking around. And then there's the fast twitch muscle, which is the breast. When the fox comes in the hen house, they start flapping away. That's those lean, beautiful breast muscles that chickens have. We're the same. We used to have, when we were hunters, when we were chasing our food, fight or flight, we would have lean, fast twitch muscle 50% and walking around muscle 50%. Now it's 80% slow twitch and 20% fast twitch because now we don't have to chase our food. We walk to the corner and we get it. And we walk back and we shove it in our face. It's all ready for us. We don't have to do any of the hunting. And these studies had shown also that the hunter lifestyle, the 70,000 years ago lifestyle was you'd have to run from your food or run to your food to chase it or run from a predator. That's how our bodies got to use HGH since the beginning of time. Well, we stopped doing that. Once we turned 20, we stopped moving at top speed like we did as a kid. That's why our bodies started to fall and we started to age. There's hunters in many tribes in the Amazon and Africa, all over the world, that that have these amazing bodies in their 50s and their 60s. It's because they're out hunting still every day, running after their food, running from predators, climbing trees as fast as they can. So this is the mentality behind this speed and explosion system that I have. Now, how do you get involved? How do you test it out? So think about what you spend at a gym, $47 a month for nothing just to walk in the door, and then you're paying for all this equipment that you don't need, you're paying for classes that you can't make or don't take or don't like, or they're not at the right time of day. This workout you can do at home with a personal trainer, me. I do every workout with you. It started with Jessica and Christy. I said, come join me. Now you join me for every workout. I don't walk around and point to hot models that I hired. It's me and you for every workout. A personal trainer costs you $50 an hour. You do that twice a week, like I said, that's $400 a month. What do you expect to pay for my workouts that you can do at home? You can roll out of bed and do them in the morning. You can do them anytime you want. You can take them with you when you travel. There's no equipment to purchase. There's no, fancy drinks that I'm going to shove down your throat. There's no specialty pills that you need to buy. It's just me and you working out. What would you expect to pay for that? A lot, I guess you're saying. There's a chance right now that you can get in for just $27 a month, and it's risk-free. There's a money-back guarantee. So it's $27 a month, risk-free. The price is going to double in a few weeks, so you got to get in now if you want the $27 a month. That's locked in for life. When the price goes up, you stay at $27 a month. This is the same system that Kathy used. Kathy, who came to me, she could barely get off her couch. She thought, she couldn't do any workouts because a personal trainer was going to push her too hard. This is for every fitness level. You can be an elite athlete. I train professional baseball players right now. I train former professional hockey players. I train every kind of athlete there is, and I train regular people like Kathy, who was 60 pounds overweight. In her first year on the under 20 workout, she lost 52 pounds and was down. She'd never been at that weight. She had never been at her goal weight. She lost 52 pounds, and the thing that touched me with her, I wrote an article about her, is that she couldn't even get up her stairs without almost passing out. Her daughter thought she was dying. Cut to 1 year later. She was chasing her dog up the stairs, and her daughter looked at her and said, "I'm so proud of you, Mom. I thought you were going to die," which is heartbreaking. It's the same system that Pete used. Pete, was like me. He was gaining 5-6 pounds a year, and he was getting ready for, to see his friends in the summer for his class reunion. And it was like February, and his wife looked at him, his wife who was 6 months pregnant, and said, "Geez, Pete, you're fatter than me." And that was his wake-up call. He started within 2 months. He'd lost 15 pounds. He was ready for his reunion. He said, "I can't wait to see the guys at the reunion. Their minds are going to be blown." And he said, "There's one drawback to the system. Now I have to get my wedding ring refitted." Over 4 months, he lost 27 pounds. I believe it's 27 pounds. I'm not even sure. I'll show you the email that he sent me. So he had to get his wedding ring refitted. Now, what do you get with the system? That's the question you probably are having right now. You get over 100 workouts. I put in new workouts every month. That's why it's a monthly fee. I could charge, I could give you 10 workouts and charge $100 for it. I don't want to do that because 10 workouts aren't going to get you into the best shape of your life, because you can't repeat workouts over and over because they're not getting harder as you get stronger. You're going to get strong. You're going to get strong fast. You're going to get results fast. So after 10 workouts, you need 10 more fresh workouts to pile on top of that. So you get over 100 workouts that are built to get harder as you get stronger. Then, on top of that, I've got a crazy nutrition guide. It's called the Rebel Nutrition Guide. It's going to tell you everything you need to eat, the things that you need to leave alone. Some things will blow your mind. I tell you to eat fat, eat saturated fat. The saturated fat is so good for you. You can find it in olive oil, avocados, coconut oil. It's amazing. It's so great for your body. Then, also with that, you're not only getting the nutrition guide, the over 100 workouts. I started a thing 6 months into the workout called the 6-week challenge, where I made 42 days of fitness, 42 days of workouts for those people who are looking to get in shape for a wedding, a class reunion like Pete, or you know, summer. People love to get in shape for summer, or a vacation that's coming up. They don't want to go and be embarrassed. You know how it is to not be able to put on a bikini or a bathing suit, or to keep your shirt on all day, or wear a sweatshirt by the pool to cover up, you know, these things that you built up from bad advice in the past. So this 6-week challenge is great for anyone who wants to really intensify for any reason at all. That comes with it for free. I can charge $97 for that on its own. That's yours for free because I want you to get the best fitness in the world, and I want you to do it all within a single program, 100% access for everything. This is the same thing that Amanda, who is a friend of the family's, who watched me doing this 20-minute workout and saw people online talking about it, but she didn't, you know, she wasn't ready to work out. She tried Weight Watchers. She tried the South Beach diet. And the saddest thing to me was she actually got lap band surgery. She got surgery on her stomach to lose weight. And all those worked for a month or a few weeks, but then your body adjusts to those systems, and she was way overweight. She started with me. She started with just regular workouts 3 times a week, and then moved to the 6-week challenge after she felt confident enough. She lost, within her first 6 months, she lost 42 pounds. Also, crazy. That's a lucky number, 42 pounds. So these are all people who didn't think they could do it and were spurred into making a change. That's your call to action today. What else do you get with that? In addition to the 6-week challenge, it was so successful. People started, you know, emailing me and saying, Justin, this is great, but now what? I want something else. You know, I blew through the 6-week challenge. That's when it became the original 6-week challenge. I added a new advanced 6-week Fat Blaster challenge that's focused on getting you fast results so you can do those things you love to do. Maybe go on a ski trip. Maybe, you know, go to Palm Springs and lay out in the pool with complete confidence. Get back into those high school jeans that you thought you'd never put on again. These are the things that you can do today for $27 right now. In addition to all this stuff that you can get for $27 a month right now, you also get 10 short 5-minute workouts that are simply focused on boosting your metabolism for the day. Blow your metabolism up, supercharge it, and start tearing through fat in your body. That's the key. So all you have to do is click the link below. You can get in for $27 a month for life, for as long as you do this, and there's a money-back guarantee. You'll know within 1 week if you love this system. And I'll tell you right now, no one's ever taken me up on the money-back guarantee. Probably the only product in the history of the world that no one has come to me and said, I want my money back, because it works and it's fun. And that's a huge thing that you need to know. If your workout's not fun, if you don't love it, you're eventually going to quit, and you'll be no better off than you were when you started. You have to have fun. You have to love the workout. So test it out. In a week, you'll know. You have the full 30-day money-back guarantee for the first month. And the beauty of that is I have to win you over every month. That's the challenge for me. If you don't get results, if you're not seeing your body change, you don't go on another month. Okay? I believe in it so much that I put it on a month-to-month system. I gave you a money-back guarantee because I believe in it and I know it works, and it's thousands of people around the world, 50 countries will tell you the same thing. So check it out. There's no risk, money-back guarantee. Click the link below and get locked in at $27. In a few weeks, it's going up. It's doubling in price, so get in now. There's no extras. You don't have to buy equipment. You can take this with you on vacation so you never fall into that, I took a week off and now I'm took 2 months off. We all have done that. You're like, oh, I'm just going to take this week off. That turns into 2 months. You don't have to do that because you go on vacation. It's 20 minutes. I do it by the pool when I go on vacation. I do it in the hotel room. You can probably do it in the hotel bathroom. That's all you need is a little space. That's it. You guys have a great day. Check it out. Email me at Justin@under20workout if you have any questions. Have a fit and fantastic day.